caused the game not to be able to continue. At least that's part of the game. That being said, we've already have had 2 fixes within 9 days of this game being released. Patch 1.04 was along the same thing as we're seeing here, where it's just fixing things where not specifically causing games to crash kind of bugs, more so not being able to advance because whatever's supposed to happen next in the story doesn't happen. So we definitely do see that. Reaction time for NCP taking cover, that is a huge thing to me. So I'm on PC right now. I have not received this update yet. I'm thinking by the 22nd. A lot of people didn't believe when I said that it would be out this week. But like I said, I know that they were going to make sure that the game was playable, especially with the backlash of the game being taken out of the store. The NPC in this game, even with the police, they do not react well to any kind of crime going on. Corrected the number of shots needed to kill civilians from a distance while in combat. Again, a huge factor. This, again, is the update specifically for 1.05 console. And I've watched a lot of the videos in regards to this, and sometimes it can be completely frustrating because it's just not realistic at all. Fix an issue, image display on top of the current caller during phone calls. NPCs are faster to appear in quest areas during Stadia Love. Let's see. Next crime, silence icon is no longer displayed. Fix an issue where after brain dance it stuck in third person with no head. Yeah, I've seen a lot of those too. You'll see here this is a very, very general statement. Multiple stability improvements, including crash fixes. There's really nothing else to say about that. I mean, the game was crashing so much that, there's probably too much to go into detail of what was causing the crash. There's probably some kind of coding. Just like any game, it needs to be optimized. Let's see. Okay, now we go into the PC specific again. This is not out for launch yet. You have a lot of optimization for certain cores depending on what kind of processor you have. Specifically here is with AMD. Issue with the way raw input is collected. This also just has to do with when the game is being read by with your computer. Exactly what it says is how the information is collected, and again, that's another optimization feature. Should no longer seem too bright in comparison to the environment. On my PC, I have everything on Ultra. I don't have ray tracing, so I want to be able to see exactly if there's going to be a difference in regards to that. Stream layover crash, launch, game shut down. I've really never had any crashes, so removed the memory pool budget, which was not connected with the final version of the game and had no influence on it. It was leftover file used during development to estimate memory usage. No effect on how much memory was actually used. Okay, so again, this is what we're seeing here is optimizing the game, taking out certain files that may have an impact just because it's extra information that it's just not needed there. And it can, not just that it's not just needed there, but sometimes it can. I use Unreal Engine, and with using Unreal Engine, I've noticed a lot of issues where, even if I have something in the scene that it's not on or just in the coding, it can cause my game to really, really glitch out a little bit. So, give me 1 second here. Go over some other stuff in here in a second. See how much actually appears when it is supposed to. Console was a little bit different. It was completely game breaking, which, I mean, at that point in time, you know, their main focus is making the game at least playable, and then focus on the PC aspect. So I'm gonna go ahead and look up here. Let's see. What was it? I'm trying to remember. All bugs. Let's see. I'm trying to find this one specific website that I was on yesterday. I think this is it right here, guys. This is it. So, with this here, this part, all the textures. I'm trying to get to the part where literally there's 700 issues, and they're specifically, most of them are obviously on both PC as console, but a lot of them are literally things that we're seeing right now. You're looking at an update between 6075, and this update was another 16 gigs or 18 gigs, something like that, and the last update was around like 16 to 18 as well. Crackling audio, let's see. Ray tracing not available. And enemies see through walls or when dead. That is a big issue. If they're dead and they can go ahead and report that you're there, and you can't even be stealthy going past them because they're able to report. A lot of these things are somewhat simple fixes, more so a little bit time consuming because there are a lot of them. I'm trying to go to, let's see. Yes. Let me know what you guys are playing on in the comments below. Let me know if you've tried this update. If you specifically, if you're on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, let me know how this update has helped. Because on there, I mean, you'll be able to notice immediately if there's a change, because that game is almost completely broken when it comes to objects not loading. So let me know if you do see a difference. I can't find this one specific article. Actually, I know where to find it. In my It's not live on PC yet, unfortunately. By the 22nd, it already tells you with the link that I put in the description exactly what is fixed in the update for PC, but it just hasn't launched yet. It does tell you what. This right here, the link that I just put here is a list of all the bugs so far in the game. It's quite a bit, over 700. But a lot of them are things that we're already seeing being fixed quite quickly, just because some of them you can play the game completely through and not have one of these things happen, but you play it completely through again, and then one of them happens. So I can see how some of these got passed in development, but you know, because of course, so my PC specs is a GTX 1080. On that end, if you have a GTX 1080, you're perfectly fine playing this at Ultra. Where my PC a little bit struggles is I only have an i5 processor. Again, I can still do Ultra on a 1080 screen, 1080p screen at 30 FPS. If I set it unlimited, I mean, I'll see boost of 40, 50 FPS depending on where I'm at, but I just keep it limited at 30. And then I have 16 gigs of RAM. So, you know, if I had an i7 in here, a GTX 1080, I probably would be able to FPS at 1080p at ultra settings. But this game on PC runs really, really smooth. That's why I don't think like the game is completely broken and there's no fixing it. I just don't think that's true because the core of the system is perfectly fine. So I would say with the 1050, with your i5, how many gigs of RAM do you have though? Because that's a of this. So let me know how many gigs of RAM you have real quick. And then also, are you playing on a 1080p monitor? 4K, what are you playing on? Okay, 8 gigs. That could be a little bit of a drawback. I would just getting 16 gigs, so you know, getting another 8 gigs on your PC. I'd say you would definitely be able to do this a lot better than console. Regardless, you'd probably be able to put it on medium and high settings. Maybe all high settings and a couple ultra if you're playing on a 1080 screen at 30 FPS. Yeah, so with the 1080 screen, I mean, this game is it's not online, so you don't really need 60 FPS. If you are wanting 60 FPS, I'd say you'd probably get away with medium settings. It's not too bad, but you definitely need another 8 gigs of RAM for sure. Definitely need another 8 gigs is not enough at all. I mean, I have 16 gigs, and whenever I'm looking at percentage of what's being used, my GPU is always up to like 100%, but so is my CPU, and that's with 16 gigs. Yeah, that's with 16 there. But let's take a look here. I play on low. Yeah, see, so you're playing on low at 900p. Get like 40 FPS. Yes, I'd say if you got an extra 8 gigs of RAM and maybe even upgraded your CPU to like an i7 better, you'd definitely be able to do, medium or high settings at consistent 30 FPS. But I really do think that your 8 gigs of RAM is, if you can upgrade one thing first, I definitely would do that. You'd probably be able to jump up to medium settings right away. Taking a look at things, I'm still here with you. Check back at your comments in just 1 second. a lot of these, you wake up Johnny, was playing as him. Yeah, this was one of the ones. Yeah, 1.5. This one was in the most recent update. So now we're down to a little bit less than 753. Stuck on Talk Victor objective, and yes, this one here was a bug that I experienced first. It was called when you were talking to Victor, which is the Ripper Doc, you couldn't get to talk to I forget what his name was, but you just kept talking to him, and it kept saying to talk to the next person, but you walk up to them and they weren't ready to be talked to. Again, the way that I fixed this was just loading to my last checkpoint, going back in it, and it worked immediately. Yep, only able to ask how is biz. That's exactly what happened. So asking them how business was, the one about paying them the $15,000, which you could do at any point in time, is just paying them back on them doing free work on you. He's the guy that does the upgrades. This specific one here, that's all I can do. And then in the corner of my objectives, it was telling me to talk to, go find, what's his name? Your main homie in the game. So it kept trying to make me find him, and every time I walked up the stairs to talk to him, it didn't give me any reaction, so I kept going downstairs. Now when I reloaded the game, it literally had me, how biz is, and then showed me on the map to walk to my buddy. And when I walked to him, he initiated conversation, and I was able to continue with the game. So this was definitely an intermediate thing that I've personally experienced. That's one of the only things that I've experienced, besides not being able to run sometimes. Sometimes the game doesn't let you run, it doesn't initiate it. Enemies clip through walls, that happens here and there. And I think that's going to be something a bit, just because there's so much environment to fix, or to even investigate. Let's see. Yeah, I have almost 800. Oh, it's tough to upgrade a laptop. Yeah, see, in a laptop you can at least do the RAM. I don't think you can do the CPU or anything like that. So I have like almost 1,000 subscribers on here, so I'm trying to focus on that first. Twitch, you kind of just get lost. I want to at least get to 1,000 here, so I can at least, what is it called? Monetize my channel. Once I get to 1,000, I do have a Twitch account though. I think it's Fight Life 419. Some of these other ones here. Nope, wrong thing. Cyberware, weapon, arms, hands, some of the other stuff. This is a really good website. Put that in the comments. Take a look. This gives you a lot of information about Cyberpunk. I think it's one of the best websites in regards to everything about this game. Locked in a T-pose, yeah. I haven't seen anything like this before, but I know that I've seen it on console, but nothing like that on PC. So let's take a look on this website in regards to the patch notes, see if they've updated it, what they're saying. Yeah, they're just giving you the, let's see. Yep, they're just giving you a link to the same website that I have. Not there, but tuned for more than that. So I did mod this game already with a reshader. Um, need to crash it. So I'm curious just how this is going to affect the mod, but it does say continue. More on that later. I think this game is going to be amazing in about a year from now with the modding community, especially when they redo all the textures like they did with Grand Theft Auto. They redid the weather system. They redid pretty much everything. That game is so beautiful. So I'm going to go show you a picture real quick. I'm going to go check my messages. Okay, make sure I didn't respond yet. Okay. So, if you played Grand Theft Auto on a PC before, GTA 5 mod versus unmodded. Let's see. Visual. So if you played it before, these visual mods are absolutely breathtaking. I mean, the reshader on them, it's not even just a reshader anymore. I mean, all these textures are reworked. It could put definitely more of an impact on the game, but I mean, everything. I mean, if you go here to the car itself, the ground, the individual people, this is a, and what is that, 15 or 13? I think 13 for the console. I forget, but this looks better than Cyberpunk. With look at that, and let's take a look here. Mod versus vanilla. I mean, that's not even really a good example. It looks much different there. Here, I mean, if hopefully they allow the modding community, because these people that focus on, there's a lot of artistic people out there to really know how to make a game look good. A little bit here, and about, I'd say, about 20 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and do some video or live on the mod with the shader, how it looks so far with the game. It looks really good. It looks really, really good. It makes the game look a lot less dull. after this update, if you have a video, go ahead and put it in the comments below and let me, if you've screen recorded it. Definitely want to see how the game is looking for you guys. My screen is explosion. Okay, that's good. Elevator shaft. The console was crazy, and most of it was because by the time you got at, some stuff would not be loaded, and you could just literally walk through and get. You don't really see that on a PC. Maybe if you played it on a really horrible PC and it was at high settings, you may deal with that, but yeah, another 17, that's another pretty much 40 gigs just since the game came out 9 days ago. That's crazy, but that's awesome on their part that they're really wish the game looked like that stuff for real. Wish it actually looked like that. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. When this patch comes out for the PC,
Bashkov Palace,
I will be doing a video the second that it comes out. I'll be downloading it the minute that it becomes available to download. And then I will go ahead and, show how the game's running, kind of let you guys know while I'm playing it if I notice any differences. On PC, it's pretty stable, so it's hard to say if I'll see any differences or if some of the levels I've already beaten. But we'll go ahead and see how that turns out. On PlayStation, I mean, let's see. Specifically PS4 as well as Xbox One. If you played Grand Theft Auto from PS3 to PS4, there was a huge difference in visuals. But even the PS4, is on a whole nother level than that. But the PS4 Pro visually, it looks like it's not too bad of a game. It definitely looks like a PlayStation 4 game, probably how the standard PS4 should look. Let's take a look here. The difference is super substantial. That's with just a 1650, probably on high settings, I'm gonna say, maybe even ultra settings. But this is on the PS4 standard. The background, everything is just completely different, and this is when things are loading in really, really good. On the next gen, this is before the January's patch, which is the next gen patch, which will be really focused on the next gen visuals as well as performance. Still looks really, really good. Even with the PS5 updates make a huge difference. Not too bad. That's how it looks on PC though. It looks really, really good. Alright guys, I'm going to do another stream in a little bit here in regards to the mods. Thank you guys for stopping by. When the mod